All right, here we are on Fun with Monu-Cad. We've got a question about image tracing, how to take an image and trace across a flower or whatever it is that we want. So to do that, we're going to use, in this case, an image trace command, which is IT. We can start by drawing a box on our screen using RE, select a point, and draw a box. And then we're going to do image trace IT, and choose this top corner here using nearest point, and this bottom corner using nearest point, and choose the design that we want. In this case, we've got a cross and a flower. I've already straightened this image using Photoshop or using eFinal Date to straighten and secure our image. We could do this with a scan, so we could scan a document and pull up a document here as well as a JPEG. The next thing we want to do is scale this image so that it's so we're drawing one-to-one. What I'm going to do here is zoom in on this. I know my V lines are 3/32. Right now I've got them a 1/4 inch. You can see here the distance is 0.2581. We'll pull up a calculator and do the math to see what size it is. Or see what size scale we need to make it. So we're going to scale this image down 0.0375. So I'm going to scale this, window scale, WZ, grab my image, and I'm going to type in 0.375. You can see down here in the corner on the X and the Y. Zoom back in, zoom window, and I'm going to measure this distance here, get an idea, and we're right, 0.093. That's close enough. So we can get rid of the box on the outside. I like to keep it that way. If I needed to put this image back, I could. You can do image trace without drawing the box, but the box would allow us, if we erased this image, just to put it right back in there, and it would be the right size or scale. Up here on the red dot for the image trace, we get some options here. We can move this, we can edit it, which opens our photo editing program. We can update the picture, then we can replace this file and we can rescale it, and it shows us where that image is saved at. So a couple of things we can do here. We can start off by zooming up, zoom window, and I'm going to change my line color to something that will show up a little better. In this case, I'm going to choose red. Let's see. I'm using 2 monitors, so my colors are off to the side. And I'm going to change my line width to be a little bit bigger just because it's easier to see, especially for viewers. Let's see what this looks like. We're just going to draw a line here. We can see that red line pretty well. From here, we're going to draw this cross out just like we would regularly. So I've drawn my line. I'm going to use LISA, which is to snap a parallel line. I've got that keyed to my F5 button. LISA is the command. That's going to draw a line. We're going to select our parallel line, set our offset distance with 0.09375. And we can draw this line in here. Do the same thing. We know we need a line here. I believe the next line is 1/4 inch. And our next one is 0.09375 again. And we can draw this entire cross out using the same method. In this case, I would strike a line here, turn my ortho off, get this line as close as I want it, 0.09375. I can draw this on. I'm going to use nearest point and go straight up from there and pop this line. I don't remember what the distance is here, so we're just going to measure it. Looks like 0.64, so I'm guessing that was 5/8 of an inch, which would be 0.625. That's going to get us pretty close. And let me pop this at 0.09375 again. And we're just going to work our way around the entire image. This may not work out exactly correct because, again, we're using an image that we found, picture from the cemetery that we've had to scale and work out. Right now I'm just filleting some of these lines together. Zoom up here. I'm going to object break this one, OB, nearest point to nearest point. And if I turn my fill layer off here, I can see we're getting the beginnings of this cross. Same thing if we're drawing, we're going to draw these flowers in. I'll use A3 to draw a three-pointed arc. And then I have an arc here. I have a line here. Draw this line. Same thing. And it's up to you. You depend on the image. Sometimes you're going to want to correct the image, make the flower a little prettier than what it is. We may adjust some arcs, make it kind of fit the way we want it to. Otherwise, you've got to match your rubbing or whatever other design. So I would just continue around this image exactly the same way until we're done. Same thing as if you were just drawing on your screen originally. Then we can use LK, which changes our properties back. If we want to go back to black and we're finished, we can change back to black. We can change our line width back to 0 when we're done. And we can do a DG, which is a drawing change everything back to black and back to 0 line width. Turn our colors back off here, and we'll end up with the image that we wanted. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, let me know. It was fun with Monu-Cad.